Hey everybody, how are you? BESS McCarty, Victoria, Kansas. This is the Ask BESS Show. Today the topic is timing to the divine dance of life. Have you ever experienced that the timing of things just doesn't seem like it was an accident, like somehow it was divine intervention or something? I'd love to share with you a couple stories, invite you to share yours below too. So a few years back, my mother passed away. Before that time, I was living in San Diego, she was living in Kansas, and I just said to life, I want to be there for my mom when she needs me as she grows older. I didn't know how that would happen because we're half a country apart. But then I became engaged to a fellow who got a job transfer to Austin, Texas. So there we are in Austin, Texas. Now I'm only about 11-hour drive from her. A month later, we drive up so that she can meet him. And when we arrive, we knock on the door and we see a hand wave from around the corner near the floor. Found a key, got in, and there was my mom. She had fallen, broken her femur bone, her leg bone, and we rushed her to the hospital immediately. The doctor said, you guys were the angels from Austin, because if she would have been there overnight, she wouldn't have made it. So I got to be there for her. And being in Austin, I could drive up every few months and help and visit. A year and a half later, she was back home again, and I happened to be visiting on a Thanksgiving holiday. So I was in the spare room, she was in her room when she fell again, and this time dislocated her collarbone. So again, got her to the hospital, but this time she didn't come back home. She was in a care home after that. I was able to drive up and visit her, though, every 3 months on an average, and help with things she needed there, even though I had family living in the same town, and they did most of the care. But about 5 months before she passed away, we realized that she needed more one-on-one help in the nursing home. So I actually moved back to my hometown and was able to spend most of her days with her in the nursing home over the last 5 months. The last 5 weeks she was in hospice, and it had an extra attaching adjoining room where my little dog and I could stay overnight. So again, I got to be there. I also asked spiritually, inwardly, if I could be there. Mom, can I be there with you at your death? And I heard that people choose who they want to be with them at their death. So I just left that request open. I went home on some weekends. My sister would come and stay while I went and got groceries and did my laundry and everything, and came back and then stayed there through the week. After one particular weekend, my sister went home, and then the nurse there told me it's just going to be a few days now because she's not eating or drinking. So I thought I had a few days, but little did I know that it was going to be that night that she left us. But I didn't know that, and for some reason I just felt like sitting by her bed rather than going off into the library, which is a room in that building that had internet. I didn't feel like doing my work. I just felt like being with her. And shortly after that, the nurse popped in and said, your cousin from Colorado is coming out. She'll be here in 4 more hours or something like that. And I said, whoa, I hadn't seen her like for 40 years. And she arrived, and she said she had gotten a nudge. She and my mom had been in close touch over time and had become close to each other. And she was at home working in Colorado when she got the nudge, go to Bonita, that's my mom. And she said to that nudge, okay, let me just finish this, and said, no, go now. Dropped everything, and she drove the 6 hours. She got there just in time. She actually said, greeted my mother, and then she said to me, Bess, let's go over in the next room and catch up. So we sat down, but there's a big glass door, and I didn't know it, but my cousin was a hospice nurse. And while we talked, she kept an eye on my mom's breathing. And after a bit, she said, Bess, your mother has stopped breathing. I thought, oh no, I missed it, So we went to her, and she took a few more breaths. The nurse in charge there said she's taking her last breaths now. So I got to be with her, and so did my cousin Patty. And I got to say with her the words that I had prepared to say. So I felt really, really grateful. I got to be there for her at all these different ways. Another timing story is the timing of when my dog of 15 years, Charlie, when he left a year and a half ago. It was when I was with him at midnight. It wasn't when I was gone or sleeping or anything, because it again was such a gift. And another friend I was speaking with recently who lost her mother a year and a half ago, when she was 6 months away from giving birth to her second child, said the timing was perfect because she got to be there for her mom during her last days, which she couldn't if she had had a new baby. And she also got to help with all the arrangements and help the family members afterward before she gave birth. So have you ever experienced timing like these stories that you think maybe was not a coincidence, that was, the divine dance of life? I'd love to hear it below. Thank you for subscribing, commenting, liking, sharing. And I'll post some free tools for you below too. Free self-help tools called Real Conversations. Hope you enjoy them. And also a free coaching class. Everyone take care. Bye-bye.